Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be going over my final forecast for Winter Storm Viola. So here I have the rapid refresh model for the storm, and this is at about 11 p.m. tonight where snow could actually start moving into western and central Pennsylvania. Now this snow should not start accumulating by this point because there's a whole bunch of dry air in place and the snow will first have to overcome all of the dry air. Then at about 4 a.m. on Thursday, some moderate snow starts to move in across much of the state, all except for the southeastern part of the state, as the storm continues its march northeastward. Then the next frame at about 9 a.m. on Thursday, and this model is showing the heaviest snow by about this period early in the morning hours where the heaviest snowfall could be. This is when the heaviest accumulation will be, and this is when the worst conditions for travel will end up being. Then by about 4 p.m. on Thursday, there may be a lull in the storm where lighter precipitation is around, just kind of scattered snow showers could be around with some sleet and freezing rain potentially mixing in the southern counties. Now, this is as the low transitions from the Ohio Valley into the mid-Atlantic, and potentially on the backside of the storm more snow could form, as is shown in the next few frames of this model. Now in this next frame at about 7 p.m. on Thursday, some moderate snow starts to return for much of the state, with some sleet and freezing rain in the south and southeastern part of the state. Then finally by about 1 p.m. Friday, the storm starts to move out of the state. Now here, before I move on, I want to show the forecasted snowfall for this model, and this is showing a widespread 6 to 8 inches of snow across much of the state. I think this is a little bit too widespread. I'm thinking south of Center County, that area is looking to see the 6 to 8 inches, but not really north of that. Potentially, if the band of heaviest snow shifts further north and the low is a lot further north, that could happen, but I don't find that too likely to happen. Next I have the NAM 3-kilometer model, and this is at about 12 a.m. on Thursday morning, and we can see here some light snow is starting to enter the state, potentially some moderate snow as well, and this snow will probably not be laying by this time. It will still have to overcome a lot of the dry air that's in place, and it will have to raise the dew point for the snow finally to start to lay by later in the morning. Now by about 7 a.m. in the morning, the main storm is starting to impact almost the entire state. A few spotty areas may not see snow as shown in this model, but it looks like the majority of the state will start to see snow by this point. The snow should be light to moderate in many areas as the snow totals will begin to pick up getting later into the morning hours. Then by about 2 p.m. on Thursday, we're looking to see some spotty heavy snow with some sleet in the southeastern and southern part of the state. Now this is when the low will be transitioning from the Ohio Valley into the Atlantic coast, and this is when snow showers may finally break up and we may have a break from the snow. Then by about 7 p.m. on Thursday, this model is showing some snow to start to return to the state and may be moderate to maybe even heavy in some areas, with the sleet starting to push further south and the freezing rain finally moving out of the state. Now for the final frame of the storm at about 10 a.m. on Friday, and the storm is finally starting to leave the state with a few lingering snow showers around as the storm pushes further up the east coast. Here I want to quickly look at the NAM's snowfall forecast, and this is showing a big area across the central mountains and up through northeastern Pennsylvania of 6 to 8 inches of snow, with some isolated areas, especially on ridge tops, of 8 inches or more. I'm thinking this would be a little bit more widespread to the south where this line is. I'm thinking it's probably going to be further south than what this model is showing, but this could very well happen just depending on where the bands of the heaviest snow set up. Now I want to look at the National Weather Service forecast, and this is a forecast that I'm thinking is probably going to be pretty close to accurate, with a large area of 4 to 6 inches throughout much of the state, and then as you get into the south central, southeastern, and eastern part of the state, looking for a large area of 6 to 8 inches with splotchy areas of 8 to 12. I'm thinking the areas of 8 to 12 will probably be more solid than this, but we will have to see by the end of the storm. Now I want to get into what I'm thinking the precipitation is going to be. The area in blue is where I'm expecting mainly snow for a majority of the storm. And then the area in purple I expect to start out as snow for a majority of the time, and I'm expecting the heaviest totals down around this area. But also I'm expecting a mix of sleet and freezing rain by the afternoon and evening hours. Next I'm going to look at the snowfall forecast, and as you can see here, I expect the entire state to see at least 3 inches of snow, with a large swath through south central and eastern Pennsylvania seeing 5 to 8, and then an area in south central and parts of eastern Pennsylvania seeing an area of 8 to 12 inches of snow being possible. Now this area of 8 to 12 could potentially shift to the north and could maybe even shift to the south depending on where the low actually sets up, and this could actually change depending on if sleet mixes in, if freezing rain mixes in, and if more snow forms on the backside of this snowstorm as the coastal low starts to form. Now here I have what I'm expecting the snowfall rates to be. The area of darkest blue is where I'm expecting rates to potentially get up above 1 inch per hour, and this is where dangerous road conditions could occur and where snow-covered roads are going to be most likely and very prevalent throughout much of the day on Thursday. The area in the middle shade of blue looking to see some minor disruptions due to the storm, but roads should be fairly decent throughout much of the day. In the area in light blue looking to see some minor disruptions with really no accumulation on the roads. Snowplows should be able to keep up with this storm. Now this next frame is a new frame I have, and these are the impacts that I expect from the storm. I expect much of western and northern Pennsylvania to see limited impacts from the storm. Maybe a delay or two could be caused by this storm for schools, but not much else. And then the area in orange, delays, early dismissals, and cancellations are very likely with this, especially in south central Pennsylvania where some of the heaviest snow will end up being. And those are areas where cancellations are more likely from this storm. Well everybody, thanks for watching, and please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already to get the latest updates for new storms to impact the Keystone State. I hope you enjoyed, and enjoy the storm.